Their alcoholic rate is 5 times that as of any other race in the country. Can they understand anything about Islam? At the slightest pretext, they're ready to bash you. On one of my trips, I was in Elsie's River. I think Brother Muhammad, he had his supermarket there, and we just got the message that the power failed. So he wanted some cranking machines to work the tills. So he said, come on, let's go. So we went. So he was giving the cranking machines, to work the tills because the power was not working. So I'm standing there looking, and I see an African there, and somehow I found seemed to be quite an intelligent African. So I'm telling him, I said, these people here, I can't make out the difference whether these people are Muslim or not. There's no indication. So he tells me, he says, sir, I lived here in Elsie's River before they pushed us out to Guguletu and Langa and whatever. Before they pushed us, we used to live among them. And I can tell you, pass, very easy to find. The difference is how? He said, you see, about 3 times, these coloreds, they bashed me up for no reason. Drink and this is a bash of kafir, bloody kafir. These Malay people, they're very good people. They don't do that. That's his way of identifying. The color and the Malay. Otherwise we look the same. Am I right? Look, in your looks, there is no difference. Wallah, there is no difference. In your surname, there is no difference. In your language, there is no difference. The only thing that indicates that you are a Muslim is when I see the kufiya on your head, I say, no, this guy is a Muslim. Otherwise, how can I know? No? Mrs. Johnson visits me, Johnson. I say, are you Muslim? She says, yes. I said, what's your husband? He says, also Johnson. She is a Muslim. I said, yes. I said, where do you live? He said, on Johnson Road. No, really, there's no... So my husband is a journalist. Johnson. I have to ask again and again, Muslim? Your husband Muslim? No indication. Mr. Hendricks. What's Hendricks? You have a Christian Hendricks or Muslim Hendricks? If I'm wrong, you must correct me. Okay? Muslim Brown, our Qari tonight, he's a Muslim Brown and we have a Christian Brown. Am I right? Look, that means this is what our slave masters gave our forefathers. We still carry those names. In looks, when I went to the Habibia, in my previous trips, Hanif Ali was the principal. He tells me, he said, look, he's taking me through the different classes. And he said, look, just watch the features of these children in the different classes. So I'm just scanning, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, the children respond. I'm watching the features. Next class. Next class. From pure black to pure white. And there were group areas. If I was an inspector, say, you should be in an African school. And you should be in a white school. What the hell are you doing here? From pure black to pure white. Among us. Muslims all. Then I go to Stellenbosch. There was a Mr. Gabriel. He was a teacher and we were talking. He takes me to his school, colored school. He didn't tell me anything, but I was doing the same thing. Scanning the children. Wallah, from pure black to pure white. Same. That means this, your looks can't give me any indication what you are. It's only if you have a kufiya on, I said, no, this guy is a Muslim. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, the other man says the behavior. Can the colors understand anything about Islam? The Bushman in the Kalahari, you think he can understand anything about Islam? The Hottentot, can he? Nah, backward people, ignorant people, what can they understand? That mentality prevailed in Spain. These pig eaters, the Spanish people, these wine bibbers, the Spanish people, what can they understand? That arrogance. I'm telling, I say, your forefathers could? Were your forefathers, I'm talking to the Arab, were they worse than the Spanish people? Never. Your forefathers, the Arabs, of the Ayyamul Jahiliyyah, of the days of ignorance, before Islam, they married their stepmothers. Did the Spanish people do that? No. These Arabs, they were marrying their stepmothers. Father died, he inherited his wife as well. They buried their daughters alive. Did the Spanish people do that? No. You were drunkards, adulterers, gamblers, the worst of human creatures. That Gibbon, the master historian, describes the Arabs before Islam. He says the human brute, almost without sins, is poorly distinguished from the rest of the animal creation. The only thing that makes him different from the animal is the form. This form. Fi ahsani taqweem. Allah has made you in the best of form. Otherwise, animal and worse than animal. You, your forefathers. And Allah could change you through His book, His wahi, His revelation, the Quran. He can't change the Spanish people. No. For 800 years, you could do nothing. Look, the white man has done the job. In 300 years, he has Christianized the nation. This in Africa, South Africa has the biggest percentage of Christians in the whole of Africa. If Libya boasts highest percentage of Muslims, South Africa boasts the highest percentage of Christians. The white man, he did the job. Among the you carry colored identity. Among all those who carry colored identity, the majority of them are Christians. The African majority are Christians. The white majority are Christians. This is an ocean of Christianity. He did the job. We in 800 years, we couldn't make a scratch. Your pride, your arrogance, you didn't want to share. Allah says, you don't want to do your job? He said, fatarabbasu. You wait. And they waited. You know, the fools, they waited. Allah says, wait. You say you're following Allah's command. No, that wait was not waiting. It's a warning. So look out. So they start looking out. Another foolish. Their language is like that at times. You say something, but you mean something else. Like a Frenchman learning English. He was trying to learn English, mastering English grammar. And is sitting in a high rise building, skyscraper, sitting near the window and is trying to memorize his lessons. And he hears a shout, look out! So he looked out and a big crazy. Lucky he didn't die. The guy said, what the hell is this? I'm told look out, so I look out. They said, no, when we English people say look out, means pass off. It doesn't mean look out, pass off. You understand? Pass off. That's African. Pass off means look out. Pass off means it's a warning. Am I right? It's a warning. See, that's a warning. Look out means be careful, be on guard. So he looked out, gets it in the head. Allah says, Fatarabbas, you wait. This is not waiting. It's a warning. Like you bully some little fellow here, and he tells you, uncle, you wait. I'll bring my brother. And his brother, you know, by reputation, is the biggest hooligan in this area. In Weinberg. Yeah, the biggest hooligan in Weinberg is his brother. I'm asking, will you wait? You'll wait for him. He said, look, you wait, uncle. I'll bring my brother and come. And you're going to wait. When you know his brother is the biggest hooligan in this area, biggest bully, you wait. No, he's telling you to wait, but you run for dear life. Because you know what to expect if he comes. So Allah says, فَتَرَبَّصُ. You wait. حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ اللَّهُ بِأَمْرِهِ. Until Allah's decision comes about for your destruction. You wait for that. They waited for 800 years. Allah says you wait, and they waited. Allah is as-subur. He is long-suffering, patient. 800 years He gave you a chance to come right. And 800 years you didn't do the job. So He says, يَسْتَبْدِلْ قَوْمًا غَيْرَكُمْ. He will substitute in your place another people. ثُمَّ لَا يَكُونُ أَمْثَالَكُمْ. And they won't be like you, and He displaced them. Finished. Gone to the dogs. There was not one Muslim left after 800 years to give the azan. We are here for 300 years. Can you imagine after 300 years, wiped out to a man, not one guy left in this country to give the azan? Worse than that, after 800 years, not one fellow left in that country to give the azan. This is the punishment. You don't do your job, say, change, get out of the way, you're rubbish.